Neonic Void Productions presents.
Hi, welcome to Spookocalypse, where I'm totally not a fan of dating sim games or anything like that. I'm Zio. Hi, how are you? And today I'm joined with you love Bunyip.
Hello. I'm also somewhat of a fan of visual novels. There just happens to be romance involved in them, and I'm just trying to click through like, yeah, I get it.
That's good. It's a good shit,
When do they spend quality time together?
right? Or you get visual novels like Higurashi when they cry, and it's just batshit insanity. Which, if you haven't played those visual novels, please do yourself a favor and do so. It's that's a journey. Anyway, welcome to Spook. Again, we will talk about stuff after I do the housekeeping. Segue so smooth.
Yeah,
Buttery
housekeeping
smooth.
again.
You know what? If you look in the description below, you'll see a linky link that'll take you to a link tree where you can see and click on all the links to the other podcasts in the Neonic Void Productions. You'll also find the YouTube channel in there. Please go subscribe. Give us some listens. Give us a few. Go find us. We're great. We're also on Twitter because we're not calling it by that stupid ass name. We're at Spookocalypse. That's SPOOKOCALYPSE, baby. And yeah. So today's flavor mint on your pillow is pina colada.
It could be pina colada, yes.
Pina colada.
It's just not colored like a pina colada. It's
Yeah.
a little spookier, like more greens and red pomegranate colors.
I hate pina colada. Gross. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about a dating sim of the ooky spooky variety. It's called Hooked on You, a dating sim. A Dead by Daylight dating sim. You're like, oh my God, what is this? Dead by Daylight? We're talking about Dead by Daylight. Babes, it's a spinoff. It's a dating sim where you're on an island talking to a bunch of the killers and flirting with them and talking to the narrator, breaking the fourth wall. What? I mean, that's basically the idea of the game, y'all. It's you wake up on an island and the narrator talks to you directly. You talk to the narrator and breaking the fourth wall and shit. And you talk to the ocean for some reason. I mean, there's a reason. You talk to the ocean directly. It's so mysterious and spooky. And then you talk to the main love interest, which would be the huntress, the spirit, the wraith, and the trapper. There's also the trickster, but we don't like him. Or I don't like him. He's a bitch.
God, he's fucking obnoxious.
I hate him so much.
His fucking lines.
But I
He's like,
know
"I'm
the
so
housekeeper.
cool. I have an inflatable bat."
It's so dumb. But I know the housekeeper loves the trickster, but I don't. So set him on fire. We'll watch him burn alive, you know? Throw him in a dumpster fire. Yeah, I mean, how to go about this episode? Basically you kind of just go along these different storylines or love interests, and you can pick which one you want to be with, go on a date with, have interactions with. Pretty much your choices do come up to different endings. There are multiple endings. I think there's like what, 7 or 8 endings, something like that.
I think there might technically be more because there's like a you win the love of your love interest ending plus being friend zoned because you didn't do a certain thing, and then the third one is like, oh, I never loved you in the first place. Like you're just cruel. So that's 3 times 4, so that's at least 12 endings.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of endings there, yeah.
And I'm not sure if there's any additional endings or if you like go through every path. It's like, oh, here's a super secret ending because you did all the achievements.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know
Now,
about that.
I did the Trapper story pretty much. And I got basically, it's, oh my God, I'm in love with you. Like, oh my God, because Trapper's a thick boy. And I mean, I'm totally
He
not
makes
a,
too much damn money.
he does. Coins galore. Get all lots of coins. He's loaded. Let's see. You're on an island, one of 2 islands, because there's another island that's full of wealthy people. And you're on this island that is apparently shit, as they put it, but it's still it's a paradise. You also have these 2 survivors from the game, Colette and Dwight, who like to fucking hound you and put you on a fucking schedule. I don't want to be on a schedule, Dwight. And they're afraid to die. And they want to leave like really bad because they're there forcefully.
Yeah, they're kind of afraid to die, but they also attempt to murder each other
Yeah, they
as a
do
form of
a
escape.
lot as a form of escape.
In a scene which we will explain later is misunderstood because misunderstandings will never not be funny.
It's funny because Dwight's like, I want to leave. And the character will talk to the narrator. Does it is leaving an option? Because it sounds like he wants to leave. Oh, yeah, totally. He totally does want to leave, but he's not gonna. And you're just like, the narrator is, I love the narrator. He's funny, or they're funny. Now, I never got, I don't know if I ever got to the part where, who's the narrator? Spoiler alert. Who's the narrator? Bunyip.
I don't think I looked into that too much, but
I know who the ocean is.
The narrator may have hinted that they are a god, and it slipped out.
I know the ocean is, spoiler alert, the entity.
Yes, because the ocean does hint at you, like, you must make the right choices, by killing. Because in Dead by Daylight, the entity is an entity that wants you to kill and does this with all the killers.
Yeah.
And the killers and survivors are always at odds with each other. So anytime, which makes me think like maybe the protagonist could be a survivor or a killer depending on what choices you make. So it's left ambiguous at the beginning.
Yeah. I'm trying to look them up. Oh. Trying to look up, see who is the narrator and Hooked on You. Join us as we Google, y'all.
I was going to say, we should probably talk about who made this game.
Oh, yes. Yes. We need to talk about the people who made it. The lovely, lovely people, staff that made this lovely game. So this game was made by PsyOp. Is that how you say it? PsyOp?
Yes, I believe it was developed by them.
Yeah, it was developed by PsyOp, which those guys also developed Dead by Daylight, right? No, they did not.
No,
Never mind. No, they did not. Scratch that. They developed, oh my God, they developed I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger looking good dating sim.
Yes. I was trying to look at the publisher. The publisher of Hooked on You is Behavior Interactive,
which is also the ones who released the Dead by Daylight. Same publisher.
Yeah, it's basically a collaboration with PsyOp, and then PsyOp did a collaboration with KFC to make the KFC dating sim.
Oh, it's so good, y'all. That shit is bonkers in the greatest way. This was back in 2019 where the advertising was freaking good. And they just randomly released a dating sim for the Colonel. It's great. Look it up. I'm sure it's on Steam. But anyway, this is the same people who did that, which makes sense because I was like, this seems very familiar, and now
Yeah, like you
I
don't
know
notice
why.
at first with the art style until Claudette and Dwight show up and they're like, "Oh, I know the
Yeah.
art style. It's
Oh,
definitely you guys."
yeah, it's definitely those people. Yeah. But yes, this was a spinoff back in 2022 that was made for, oh gosh, what it was I think it was one of their anniversaries. The game was released August 3rd, 2022. And in 2021, so here's the story behind it. In 2021, Behavior Interactive held a survey regarding Dead by Daylight. With one of the questions asked of fans was what type of genre they would like the company to explore the future of the franchise in, character with the killers. And one of the possible options was a dating sim. And then in February 22nd, 2022, it was discovered that on February 16th, that Behavior Interactive had a trademark for a project titled Hooked on You. So they knew this back in February of 2022. And that's why people kind of got the hunch that something was afoot. And people were thinking it could have been video game, comic books, graphic novels. But then the game was officially announced in May 17th, 2022. During the developer live stream and officially released later that year, of course, in August. But I was pretty sure it was during it was during a live stream that the developer was doing as like a little surprise for the viewers. And let me tell you, people were living. I was living. Because this shit's good. This game is fun. If you like dating sims and the ooky spooky kind, I mean, this is good. Even though I was playing this game and I'm like, oh my God. Do I love monsters? Am I a weirdo? Don't answer that. I was like, the only thing this is missing is Ghostface.
I mean, they do.
Don't judge me.
They do mention the name, even though they're
They
like,
do.
we can't mention IP protected characters, and someone drops it, like, oh my God, we're gonna be sued.
Yeah, that someone literally mentions Ghostface.
But I think they may have allowed that one license for that one joke.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I am sure. But no, this game is great. It's funny. The artwork is phenomenal. If you have not seen any of PsyOp's work, the company's work, please play this game. Especially if you like the big old like anime style character designs. Like they draw the characters fantastically. It's great. It's great. The artwork is phenomenal. The music really immerses you. The comedy is great in it. The storyline, just in general, is engaging. And this is one of those games, of course, that sometimes you get choices on what dialogue you want to say, or you can pick and choose which killer you want to be around or talk to or whatever. So your choices do matter in the game when it comes to the endings. Which one's your favorite killer, Bunyip?
Oh,
Out of this,
I'm stuck between two.
the girlies.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's just the girls. But I figured I was trying to think like which one would I like more, and I'm like they're very closely tied.
Huntress or Spirit? Spirit, I feel like with Spirit, I would just be spilling tea with. I'd be talking shit about everyone else.
She's a goth girl, but she's also like a weird antisocial hipster.
Yes, I would talking shit with her. Tea.
See, this is what society wants you to do. That's why I choose not to participate.
And I'm like,
I'm like,
girl, you can't
uh-huh.
participate. You're dead. You're literally a ghost. And one of my favorite lines from Spirit was like, she was talking about eating and drinking. She's like, I can't eat or drink because where is it gonna go?
Yeah, it's like I have a big hole in my stomach. I don't really have a digestive system that works anymore.
And then she goes through this whole storyline of like, yeah, a samurai chopped me up into little butt-sized pieces. I'll chop you up too.
She does this a lot. She's like, "Yeah, don't mind me. It's not like my dad chopped me up and I've been seeking revenge." I'm like, We've heard your
Daddy.
story.
We heard it,
It
girl. We
sucks,
heard it.
but we know. We
We
know."
know, sis. We know you were chopped up. Okay. She has daddy issues. But in this world, who doesn't? Trapper sounds like he has daddy issues.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that first story he talks about. I was like, are you okay?
And he has to actually protect his dad in a
Yeah.
cave.
Yeah. And he gets into like a God, I can't remember what it's not a Speedo.
I know what you're talking about. It's a weird.
I can't think of the term. But he's basically in his underwear and he kills. That's one of the death scenes. He kills you in his underwear with his dad behind him. And you're like, what? In a cave. Because you're not supposed to. He takes you down to a cave towards the end of his storyline. And he tells you, do not go inside the cave. Do not go into the mouth of the cave. I chose to not do it, but I've seen a playthrough where someone does. And that's eventually you'll find his dad's in there. And you're just like, what? And then he kills you. So that's one of the deaths in the game, is where Trapper will just slice you up to little bite-sized pieces. What's Spirit's death look like? Death by Spirit.
Death by spirit. I imagine she just kills you with a katana.
Oh,
She
yeah.
threatens to do.
Yeah. I think there is one. I think I did see a playthrough of Spirit where she was like, yeah, he pulls up, the Naira's like, yeah, so she pulls out her katana and she chops you up. And I was like, damn.
Or her great 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 grandfather clubs you with his metal club with spikes on
What
it.
the fuck?
You didn't see that?
I did not see that.
Yeah, she has a great ancestor who's weirdly like Trapper, and even the protagonist points out, like, I think Spirit has a type.
I think Spirit has a type. But she hates everybody, especially Trapper.
I know, but she loves her family that, isn't her dad.
Yeah, that isn't her dad. Exactly. Huntress seems like a sweetheart, but I feel like she crushed my face with her bare hands.
She's basically a kid at heart, and she is awkward.
A homicidal kid, but okay.
Like, she's intimidating but awkward at the same time. Like, doesn't understand social conventions. But you're just like,
Yeah.
oh.
Granted, compared to like the Trapper, or I would say the safest killers to be around, because you probably don't have to worry too much about them killing you, would probably be the Huntress and the Wraith. Because the Wraith just seems like a chill dude. And Huntress seems more preoccupied about her hatred of everyone else but you.
And then Trapper constantly like threatens you, and he might be like, "I won't break my word about killing you directly, but I'll get you killed some other way."
Yeah. And I'm like, are you flirting with me? Oh my God, stop, Trapper, stop it. I'm like, oh my God, stop. What? Not a gay man going like, I'm gonna kill you. Oh my God, stop. Oh my God. I'm not a monster fucker, I swear. I'm not. I promise. I promise. Housekeeper listing. The fuck you ain't.
Teratophile.
What?
Teratophile. It's a word I found.
Teratophile?
Let me see if I can Google it real quick.
There's a word. There's a term for it. my God.
Teratophilia refers to the sexual attraction to monsters.
Damn.
So you and Kaiju Groupie.
Yes. Drag Kaiju Groupie. Drag him. Drag him. I'm going to tell him you said that. Oh my God. I mean, it's true though. Him and werewolves. Anyway. My God. This game, because not me literally being like, oh my God, Trapper, stop. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I did a playthrough of this game, so by the time this episode comes out, you should be seeing it on YouTube so you can watch the playthrough. And it's like, oh my God, stop. Oh my God.
Were you
I
gonna
wanted to,
cut me off first?
what?
Oh, like when you're imagining getting killed. I'm like,
Oh.
what body part are you gonna chop off first? He's like, what?
Oh my God. You go chop off my leg? Oh my God. There's a meme of a guy. I think it's a Ghostface or Michael. And the killer goes up to this gay guy and he's like, oh my God, stop. And the guy upstairs, like, he's trying to kill you. I'm like, me. If I'm gonna die, I want to make it awkward for the killer and be like, oh my God, Mr. Killer, stop.
Run, he's trying to kill you. Oh, that's so flattering.
Oh my God. Is he cute there? What do you look like, Mr. Killer? Oh my God, stop. I'm already taken. Oh my God. I'm a taken man, Mr. Killer. No, you can't have me. Oh my God. I'm a hot mess, y'all. I'm not the one that chose this game. Yes, I am. I'm the one that chose this
I was
game.
about to interject. I was like, this was entirely your idea.
Yeah, I chose
I didn't know
game.
this existed until you brought it up.
It's true. Hello? Freaking as we're recording, Kaiju Groupie is popping in. He's like, hello.
Well, how
My
would he
God.
know that I was calling anyone out in particular?
Wow, that's funny that he showed up though. Speak of the devil.
Maybe he just saw it in Google and he was like, haha.
Yeah. Fucking dork. No, Kaiju Groupie just wants to get stepped on by freaking Godzilla.
Like standing up or lying down?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking shit to Kaiju Groupie in the chat. Oh my
It's a little odd because usually he ignores notifications from Discord.
I guess, but for whatever reason, he's online today.
It's the second time
I don't know why.
This is the second time it's happened. Like I mentioned, oh my God, I don't remember what I mentioned, but I think it was a line from Glorious from J.K. Simmons,
J.K. Simmons. Okay.
where it's like, you thought your human penis could save the universe? Something like that. And it's like,
Oh
no.
my God.
And
No.
he saw the notification and then he had to respond to it. And then this is the second time he's done so for a different thing.
Oh my God.
We should probably get into like the rest of the plot, and then because a lot of the plot is universal across all the characters, and then
Yeah.
you can maybe talk about like what Trapper does uniquely from other characters.
Well, outside of Trapper threatening you to kill you every 2 seconds when you blink,
I think at first you were given like a choice of 4 places, and then you pick one, and then the activities coordinators chime in like, no, you got to approve it with us first.
oh yes.
And it's like, okay, oh, where would you like to go? Trapper's yacht.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to the
Yeah.
yacht.
Yeah. Because he's loaded, apparently. And Trapper likes to be by himself with you, but someone always chimes in. Someone unwanted always pops up. He's like, hey, why don't you fucking leave? Because he doesn't really like anybody.
I don't think anyone on this island likes anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. None of the monsters like each other. And Trapper constantly wants to kill Dwight or Colette, but they always seem to pop up everywhere. Like, you can't have a moment with them. And basically, you're either going to different locations with the killer your killer you're being with. You also have group events where all the killers show up, like volleyball or lunch. There's like a bunch of mini games that you can do. And that's throughout the game. That's pretty fun. There's the first night they're like, oh, we didn't plan for you to be here, so we don't have a place for you to sleep. So sleep outside in the sand, bitch, with the fire. So you sleep out there with next to the fire, and you have a radio, and you're kind of you can flip through the radio channels, and you find this radio channel that basically has this long speech from, I'm assuming he's one of the staff members, talking about the community of Dead by Daylight. That's pretty cool. And then depending on which killer you were romancing, they will pop up there with you to help give you suggestions on.
Yeah, you're like, Trapper, I can't sleep. And then he just shows up.
Yeah.
Because he was stalking you anyway.
Yes, he was. He was already stalking you as it is. And then a little banter there. You go to sleep, you wake up next morning, more banter. He takes you go to a pool, have a little romance thing there, ask you a bunch of questions, blah, 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 blah. And then he takes you to the cave, his secret spot. But then Dwight and Colette pop up there. And he's like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill all of you.
Well, suddenly Mean Girls.
Yes. I am the Gaylord CEO on our Discord, okay? Literally in our Discord, y'all, because we record this off of Discord. In our little group, I am literally under Gaylord CEO. It's great. It's beautiful. Stunning.
And we're having an internal conflict.
We're having an internal conflict right now.
Between a supervisor and an employee.
We're already there, so. Do you go here?
All right, so Trapper, I take it, tells a campfire story.
Yes, he does, about the boy and his father, right? Right? No. Yes.
I don't know. Like, if you can choose to hear a campfire story from anybody, and then the second night you can hear another one.
I can't remember what the second one was, but he tells you another really disturbing story, and you're like, what the fuck? You're like, Trapper, what the fuck, bro? Like, chill. Don't be so serious.
But then the second day you have more activities planned.
Yeah.
I think there's a universal thing, like they all wake up like talking to you about what they felt last night.
Yes, and they also have these little cut scenes that almost like a reality show.
Pretty much it's like an interview. It was like, what do you think of this protagonist who's a contestant on their weird reality show? And they give their impressions.
It's so great. Confessionals. It's so great. It's so stupid. This game is funny if you like that type of shit. But I mean, the game is pretty much self-explanatory. You find out who the ocean is. It's the entity. And that you were put on this island by that. And the ocean is also watching everybody and watching your decisions and shit. So he's just doing what the entity does. Fucking around and just watching everybody. Being a weirdo. But I mean, no, that's pretty much the game. It's not that complex. It's if you know the world of Dead by Daylight even a little bit, you can kind of get into the groove of this. And on top of that, you really don't need to know anything about Dead by Daylight to play this game, really. This might be your introduction to Dead by Daylight, which I would think would be a very good introduction to the game franchise through this dating sim. Something lighthearted, something casual. Well, not lighthearted, but like something a little more casual. And it could get you introduced to these characters and make you want to go, oh my God, I totally want to play Dead by Daylight.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean,
it takes the course over 3 days.
Yeah.
And they treat it like a reality show, even with eliminations, or like, who do you not want to date?
I accidentally chose, for the first time I played it, because first time I played it, I didn't record it. I chose Trapper by accident, and he's like, "Oh, that's fair, but I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna kill you tonight." He wasn't even mad. He's like, "That's fair," and everyone's like, "Wow, he's really taking this really well." And I spent the whole time romancing him, and I kicked him out.
Oh no.
I did. And he's like, that's fair. And the Trevor's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you in the middle of the night, bitch, on sight. And I'm like, oh no, he's gonna kill me. And then because I didn't know, I wasn't paying attention, so I accidentally chose Trapper because I was like, I'm gonna do a full chapter run. No, I kicked him out. I broke his heart. And I felt bad. I was like, no, that's not what I wanted to do. So, but yeah, it's funny. You could vote off people and shit until you're down to the last one. I want to find the friend zone ending where you friend zone all of them.
Okay. So you do a second playthrough where you got to romance Trapper?
Yes.
And what happened towards the end?
Well, that's when I died when I found his daddy. And then he killed me. I got one of the death endings. So see, I died. Trapper killed me because we were in the cave and his dad showed up, or his dad was there, obviously. I'm just like, oh, and I made the wrong choice. I can't remember what the choice was. I made the wrong choice. And then he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, I'm dead. So, yeah, that's where it ended there because I was like, I'm going to do a full playthrough. I might do another. Because I have it saved at different points. So I might, because I'm only going to put one ending on the YouTube channel, the one that I played. And technically that's the one I played, but I'm going to go back and see if I can actually get the full romance of Trapper. So look for that on YouTube. But yeah, no, he killed my ass. Yeah. Do you know what it's like the romance Trapper?
No, but I do recall there is a moment where you meet him in this mine, and he has what we all think is a Speedo that's studded with diamonds.
Yes.
And presumably he is the dominant one in this scenario. The screen goes dark, but we all know what happens.
Yeah, use your imagination, y'all. Use your imagination. But he I'm not gonna make a joke at that. This is gay. That's hella gay, bro. Trapper, that's gay.
It's only gay if you're pretending your protagonist is male.
Which, I mean,
It never
duh.
their gender is never specified. It's
Nope,
just
it's
meant
the
to be.
gender of the player.
But you can be a woman playing this
Whatever.
game and
Yeah,
pretending that you're playing a male.
yeah.
You can
You
do
most
whatever you
certainly
want.
can. Yeah, you can do literally whatever you want. All you do is put the name. You know what I named my character?
What?
Theo.
Of course, dude. I thought
Of
you
course I did.
were
Of course I did. Totes. Totes my goats, y'all. um, I mean, it's a dating sim, y'all. If you played one, I mean, it's something, it doesn't really, how do I word that? It's a good dating sim. The writing is fantastic. The writer behind it, who write all the dialogue and shit, really, you can tell they really put time into it. Because I mean, the characters do have personality. They're not. It's not like it's not flat in any way, and it's like they took their time with it, and I like that. I like how the interaction between the characters, you and the killers, and how the trickster comes in randomly at a point. Even though he's not a dating option, but he still pops the fuck up. Even though it's like, go away, will you please? No one likes you. Bye.
Why would he be a dating option? Just the stuff he says, like, "Yo, I'm a real catch. I'm a lobster in this ocean of sardines." It's like, fuck off.
An ocean of sardines, bitch. Bye.
And for the person who gets voted off to not date you, their consolation prize is a body pillow of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, why would I want this?
I know someone who would want it. Oh my god. So, but yeah. So, rating. Let's rate this game.
Oh, we weren't going to talk about the other characters and their storylines?
I mean, I only know Trappers really. I mean, in spirits a little bit about her father and her daddy issues. Do you know any of the others in detail?
I could probably talk about Spirit a bit
Go for it.
because earlier you asked, like, which one do you prefer? And I think I prefer Spirit more.
Okay.
You can sum up Spirit as just like the goth girl with emotions she'd like to share, but she's also really defensive about it. Think Marceline the Vampire Queen, but more hardcore.
Yeah. No, that's accurate.
She really likes reading, considering that she spends a lot of time awake. She doesn't really sleep.
Yeah,
She
she
does
just kind
reference,
of chills.
yeah, she references classic horror. And it's like if you were stuck on an island with just one book, what would it be? And it's like you can pick Dracula as an option. She's like, yes.
Of course. Classic.
And I love her sun hat with the spider lilies sticking out.
Yes. Y'all don't know, my favorite flower is the spider lily. I know, it's an omen of death, but I still love the flower so much.
Hmm. Well, during her first campfire story, she actually does weep during the process because it's mainly talking about her death, how she got chopped up. It's an odd story, and it does keep you interested, especially with the soundtrack.
Yes.
And then you sort of figure like, oh, it's about her. And then the creepy thing she says is that she dreamt the dream as a child.
Yeah, she probably foresaw her death.
Yeah, so that's insane.
Yeah, I would say so.
Meanwhile, she has a self-care routine that involves flute music, essential oils, and steaming her pores.
That's funny.
Um, and she does take you on a date to a black lighthouse. And she talks about
Ooh.
the symbology of, like the symbolism of how a lighthouse shines a light in the ocean. And you're basically like, oh, Spirit just wants to be seen for who she is. And the game makes a point of it, like, oh, yeah, of course she wants to be seen. She's really obsessed with this lighthouse. Of course, that's what her problem is.
Yeah.
Then at one point, like cherry blossom petals just start fluttering on the screen. I'm like, wait, what's happening? And she explains. Like, I think there's like a machine that just generates these things off screen. Like, why is this here? Because for those who do not know, the spirit is Japanese. Her real name is Rin Yamaoka,
Yeah.
but she explains how the cycle of cherry blossoms show up for a brief moment during the spring, and then they fade away really quickly. But they go in a cycle, and then spirit feels stuck in death and never getting a chance to be reborn because she died, but she didn't really get to experience death. She's just stuck in limbo. And then her second story is about seeking perfection and greater standards, yet never realizing that you are loved for who you are. And this is in the form of like someone's going through the woods and finding these flowers that look nice, and then there's more flowers further on ahead, and then they start decaying, and then she keeps trying to find those better flowers again, and she never finds them.
Yeah.
Basically, her stories are sad.
Yes, very much so.
Hmm. But I do love her quote, like, don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting each other so that corporations could swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. So I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore.
Oh my God.
Like, you know what? That sounds like a fun time. Finding a public domain novella or like a short horror story that most people don't know about.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
And then you go on a date with her on another day where you're doing a mixology class
Hmm.
where you're mixing drinks together, but she doesn't like alcohol. So it's like, okay, we'll make a dark and stormy, like my date. And she's like, oh.
Oh.
So you make a drink that is rum extract, ginger beer, and a lime wedge.
Ooh.
And you'll just enjoy that.
Yeah.
Um, so, and the final date where you go to, like, it's weird because you go back to the lighthouse, but you go inside, and
Mhm.
then she wants you to look into her eyes and not at the light because the light supposedly can bring ghosts back to life.
Yeah.
Not Rin herself, just like spirits from the past. And then you pass out and you're dragged to the mine, and then spirits talking with Trapper, and you find out that they had a brief fling going on. Right. Okay, and then Trapper gives you like a 5 question quiz, which is about trivia relating to the spirit. And then you go back to the lighthouse, and then her great 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 grandpa is there, and he basically threatens to kill you, just like, I don't think you're good enough for my daughter or great 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 granddaughter. That's 5 greats, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious that after he's known as the Oni, and I think he's a character in Dead by Daylight as well. But ultimately, he's like,
Yes.
yeah, ultimately he's like, okay, you can date my niece or my great granddaughter, Rin. Also, Rin, a little bit of advice: don't be obsessed with revenge so much. Like, definitely go after your dad and kill him, but don't be so obsessed with it. I'm like, that's the most rational thing he said during your entire time talking with him. And then after you're, yeah, and then after you're done, you leave the lighthouse, and she's like, could you rub my feet with lotion again? Because you did that earlier. And then you do, and she like enjoys that, and then eventually it's like, you know what? Let's go make out. And then she removes her sheer top. I don't know. It's kind of like a kimono, but underneath there's like a really strappy bathing suit, in which parts of it come off and just surround your character and pulls you up into the sky. And it's like, oh, the embrace is so tight. Her glass shards are digging into my shoulders. It hurts, but I love it so much. And then when you're finished, it's like, oh, that was incredible. However, if you didn't kill Claudette or Dwight before this moment, she just friend zoned you. She's like, I like you, but not in that way because you're too nice. I was like, oh, really?
And
But if you do kill them, she's like, oh, absolutely, we're gonna be a power couple.
you gonna get it.
That's pretty much it. Although if you do tell her that like, oh, I didn't love you at all, she gets really sad and just huddles into a ball by herself over to some corner of the island.
Aw.
And then to sum up Huntress, she's basically just like takes on little adventures and tries to explain like, oh, I only knew life as hunting for survival. Like she's not really malicious, she just is doing what she knows best.
That's cute.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for the game. It is short. Like I would say it only takes you a few hours to get through.
Yeah. Yeah, and only takes like 2 to 3 hours to get through if you play it all through one sitting, depending on how quickly you can read. So rating system, 1 out of
Hooks.
1 out of 5 hooks. Yeah.
I mean, because of the game it ties into.
Yeah. 1 out of 5 hooks. I'm gonna rate this a 4 out of 5 hooks. I really like this game. Will I play it again to try to get all the endings? Yes, I will.
I think I want to give it a 4.5.
Ooh, damn.
And mainly because of like all the artwork that was put into it. Mainly
Yes.
like character design, because those swimsuits look great. The visual style concerning backgrounds, color palette, how each character is shaped, like their silhouettes, but also the music. Like the soundtrack is incredible.
Oh no, agreed. The soundtrack is fabulous.
I guess I just wish it was a little longer and explored more of each character.
Right, and I want more killers. I hope they kind of make a. I think they're going to, but I would love to see a second one. Like more like with other killers. But I doubt they're gonna make a second one. That's just wishful thinking on my part. But that is a total of 4.25. Go check it out on Steam. It should be like last I looked at it was like $10, maybe a little less than that on Steam.
I thought it was closer to $5.
On Steam? Hooked.
Well, maybe if it was on sale.
Because I know it was on sale a while back. It's $10 right now. $9.99. Yeah. But it's gotten pretty good reviews so far. It's on Steam is technically very positive reviews. There's not a lot of, there are bad reviews obviously, but majority of it's very positive. So yeah, it's a very fun game. Go check it out. But yes, that will be today's episode. Catch us next time as we talk about another game. What game was that? Are we doing a month of games? Yes. Yes, we are. But until then, catch y'all next time. Bye.
Goodbye.